going on, guys? 6:30 at night, laying in bed, just not putting anything in my head, not listening to anything, not watching anything, not reading anything, just letting the cake bake. You know, go all day long, shoving shit in the oven, shoving shit in the oven, shoving shit in the oven. And you gotta just let the cake bake. You gotta stop opening the oven door and shoving shit in. So we're so distracted these days. We're so overly stimulated with input. You watching this video right now, you are not producing anything. You are not currently producing anything. You're producing maybe some saliva, you're producing some waste products in your body, but you're not actually creating anything by watching this video. It's hard to create and consume at the same time. I think it's important to have at least a 3-to-1 ratio, maybe even a 4-to-1 ratio of production to consumption. Most people got it the other way around. Most people are consuming at a 4-to-1 ratio. Most people are consuming way more content than they're producing. And you might say, Ted, oh, it's so hard. How am I supposed to produce more content than I consume? Well, you just stop watching so many videos on YouTube. You stop reading so many posts. You stop scrolling through and looking at so many photos. And you start going out and living life. You start going and post the videos. You start writing the status updates. You start taking the photos. You start making the videos, man. You be the content creator. Get that ratio, flip it around. You spend a lot of time watching YouTube videos if you're watching this video right now, I think. That's like me. I'm slowly realizing it. I consume way too much. I don't have that ratio dialed in yet, but ideally I think that's a great ratio to strive for, 4-to-1 ratio, meaning you spend, for every 4 hours you spend creating content, you spend an hour consuming it. Again, most people have it flipped around. They spend 4 hours at least, or more. Maybe people spend 8 hours a day consuming and they only really produce something for an hour. Whether that production is making dinner for the kids, whether that production is cleaning the room, whether that production is cleaning the house or something, I'm not sure what that production is for you. What are you creating? Are you spending an hour a day creating stuff? Or are you spending 4 hours a day creating stuff? The people who get rewarded the most in life, the people who we look up to most in life, the people who die empty, the people who die the most fulfilled, they're the content creators, they're the producers. They're the ones who've got that ratio racked right up there. They're the 8-to-1. They've got it on an 8-to-1 ratio. You know, they spend 8 hours producing stuff, and if they got some time, they got an hour into the day, then they'll consume some stuff as well. It's like eating food, man. I wake up, I have 2 bananas. Let's say I have a 2-to-2 ratio. I have 2 bananas, I go work out for 2 hours. That's a fair ratio. Most people don't have that ratio. Most people have like a freaking 8-to-0.5 ratio. You know, they'll eat 800 calories for breakfast and then they'll go walk for a half hour. Most people have 3 meals a day, 3 big meals a day, and they'll poop once a day. That's not healthy. That's a 3-to-1 ratio. They're consuming 3 times the amount that they're eliminating. On a fruitarian diet, it's like, yeah, I graze throughout the day, so I don't really have set meals, but if I were to have set meals, ideally I'd have about 5 set meals. And on a typical day, I take 5 poops. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. Peeing too. For every coconut I drink, I basically take a pee as well. So I drink about 10 coconuts a day, I pee about 10 times a day. The ratio's even there, it's balanced. Yeah, this video right now is a manifestation of me laying in bed for a half hour and not consuming anything, and thus freeing up this mental space that I wouldn't have had otherwise. I'd be so distracted scrolling through Instagram, scrolling through Facebook, reading useless crap, watching videos that don't help me at all. And instead I'm creating this content, hopefully send you off on your way to go create some content, hopefully to inspire you to plant a seed in your head to stop consuming so much and start creating more. Like I said, the people who are the happiest are the ones who are working on a goal. I was laying in bed and I couldn't lay there any longer. I was like, oh, I'm going crazy, I need to create something. So don't be afraid of being bored. When you get bored, you're gonna give birth to something of value perhaps, or at least you're gonna practice some creativity. Maybe you're gonna do some beatboxing. Maybe you're gonna play the guitar. Maybe you're gonna clean your room. Maybe you're gonna file your taxes that you haven't filed because you're so bored you'd rather file your taxes. Who knows? I think being bored is a good thing, and I think nowadays you rarely see that. You rarely see kids be bored because they're always on their phone. They always have access to the internet. They're always consuming something. Always consuming something. So don't be afraid to be bored. Give yourself that alone time. Maybe set 2, 3, 4 hours a day with no Wi-Fi. And see how you go. You might have withdrawal symptoms, you might like start itching and going crazy. When you stop consuming, you'll naturally just start producing. You'll naturally start producing. I think good things can come from it, for sure. Like I said, so many people got the ratio mixed up. And it's funny because so much input and not enough output. And input is kind of like preparing for takeoff, right? You got all your stuff ready, you got your seat belt buckled in, you got the wings ready to go on the plane, you're ready for takeoff. Engines are ready, they're getting ready to go. You got input is good to go, you get the gasoline in there, and then the output is taking off and flying. But most people don't spend any time flying. They're just ready to go, ready to go, ready to go. Give me more input, give me more input. Gotta read one more book, gotta read one more article, gotta watch one more YouTube video, got to talk to one more person, got to look at one more photo. They're just addicted to that next thing, that next thing, that next thing. But when do they actually take off and fly? Life happens in flight. Life happens when you're moving. So don't get all stodged down and by just consuming too much crap, man. Too much stuff you don't need. There's a billion new links every day created online. A billion new links created online every day by content creators. And there's probably like 100 billion links clicked every day, you know? Like there's just, the ratio is crazy. That's why it's so easy to get ahead in life. That's why it's so easy to get followers. That's why it's so easy to get subscribers and make money online, because it's a numbers game. Look at all the people who are consuming at a way higher rate than they're producing. So you decide to be the producer and you've got so many consumers out there. And the people on my channel, I'm trying to help you out by telling you, hey, you know, you don't need to watch my videos every single day. You don't need to do a TED binge. You don't need to do a TED marathon. You can if you want, but as soon as you watch this video, if you ever come across this video, you better, boom, get ready for takeoff. Just go take off and just cut the internet for 1 to 2 hours a day and just start producing something, man. You feel so much happier when you're producing. Honestly, you really do. I've been on the internet since I was 9 years old. I've been consuming since I was 9 years old. The first website I ever signed up for was jokes.com. I needed a joke. And on there I was like, whoa, look at all these jokes. Start scrolling at age of 9. I'm 25 now, 16 years on the internet of consume. Spend time producing, less time consuming. And when you do consume, make sure it's something of value. Because it's the repetition of right ideas that are gonna make the change for you. It's the repetition of hearing this great things over and over and over again. If you keep hearing the great things over and over and over again and thinking about them, man, it's gonna put your body in that vibration. And from that vibration, you're gonna go take action. So, yeah. Cool, hope you got something from this video. If you did, definitely give me a thumbs up so I know, and post in the comments down below. Nothing, don't post anything. Go produce something.